Welcome back, crafty friends. It's Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al YouTube channel, and thanks for stopping by again today. For today's video, I am going to be making a shaker birthday card for my nephew. He is currently in college at TCU, which is in Texas, and the school colors are white and purple. He is majoring in musical theater, so as I go through the items I'm using for today, that'll kind of explain why I chose the items I did. First of all, I'm going to be using some scraps of purple and white, a little bit of silver cardstock, sorry for the glare, and a piece of white for my card base. For die cutting and embossing, this is a look at the dies that I'm going to be using. I have this alphabet, and it was a Sizzix. It is the Naturally Serif alphabet. I will be die cutting Texas from this USA map die. For my shaker window, I'm going to be using a Polaroid frame. For the sentiment, I have the word happy in cursive and the word birthday in a serif font. Here I have some music notes, and is that the treble clef? You'll have to let me know, music people, but music icons. And then for embossing, I may use the chevron embossing folder. And last but not least, I have my shaker bits. I'm going to be using sequins in purple, silver, and kind of a holographic white. There's some purple and green I see in there. I got out a few purple balloons from a confetti birthday mix I had, and then I thought I would grab the silver stars to kind of go with some of the silver music notes that I might be cutting later. I think that is it for my supplies. I will be using adhesive, of course, and my trimmer. Always use my Xyron. So let's go ahead and get started. I started my card out by cutting down my cardstock. The white piece of cardstock I cut for a top fold card at 4 1/4 by 11, and the purple piece of cardstock I cut to 4 by 5 1/4. Once I had my cardstock cut, I tried to do all of the die cutting at once. I cut out one copy of the Polaroid frame. From the alphabet die set, I cut out one T, one C, and one U, all capitals. Next, I cut Texas out of the USA map die on the purple cardstock scrap. And then finally, I used the silver cardstock to die cut my sentiment and the music icons. To ensure that my chevron stripes were straight across on my card base, I did lightly tack the cardstock to the embossing folder before running it through the Cuttlebug. Now it is time to start working on the Polaroid shaker window. I measured the opening in the frame so I could cut a scrap of clear cardstock to go behind that. Here I am trying to get a good idea of where the small die cuts will go inside of the shaker window. As you have probably seen me do with previous delicate die cuts, once I have pressed on the protective cover of the Xyron sheet, I do use a little embossing tool just to go around the outside of each die cut to make sure that I don't have any extra adhesive hanging off. Here I am placing the T, C, and U on the clear cardstock in this shaker window. That way this will be lifted up a little bit off of the Texas die cut. And it is time to pull out my big foam tape roll. I have mentioned a few times lately that the company that this was from is no longer in business, but I did find something that I think is similar at Amazon, and I will link that item below. 99% of the time when I make a shaker window, I leave my shaker face down while I fill it with the sequins and beads. But because I wanted to be able to center the Texas and the music die cuts behind the opening, I actually only adhered down 3 sides of the shaker window and then carefully poured in the sequins from that last little slit at the top. Once I had the sequins in there where I wanted them, I carefully pulled off the last bit of release paper from the foam tape. Once I had the shaker window adhered to the front of the card, I finished off this project by placing my sentiment right at the bottom of the Polaroid frame. I hope you enjoyed that little look at how I created this TCU birthday card for my nephew. If you did, I always appreciate a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you would like to know when I upload new videos, please feel free to hit the subscribe button below, or here in just a minute my face will pop up in the middle of the screen and you can click on that. Thanks so much for stopping by today.